السلام عليكم. معكم زين زياني صاحبة مشروع Grow Learning Space. شكرا لمتابعتكم. واليوم عندنا أنشطة كثيرة حق الأطفال، أنشطة تعليمية ممكن تسوونها في البيت، واستلمنا يعني الكثير من الطلبات إن تكون السيشن باللغة الإنجليزية، فالسيشن بيكون بهاللغة. لكن عقب ما يخلص الفيديو إن شاء الله بنحطه على الاي جي تي في channel، وفي نفس الوقت بيكون في الستوري عشان تتابعونا أكثر. فاليوم عندنا تقريبا 8-9 أنشطة ممكن تسوونها في البيت. أوكي نبتدي بالإنجليزي. So we have about 8 or 9 activities that we're going to do today. Actually, let me introduce myself first. I'm Zain Al-Zayani. I'm the owner of Grow Learning Space. And I'm so honored to be here today and talk to you guys about some of the really cool activities that we've curated for you. They're educational activities, they're very hands-on, they're very engaging, and they're perfect for kids aged 4 and above. Some of them will need your help as parents, but they're all very fun, and especially in these times when we're supposed to be at home and staying safe and staying inspired, and that's what we do at Grow Learning Space. So I'm going to start with the first activity, and also we will have this whole video uploaded to our IGTV channel. So if in case you miss anything now, you can always catch up on that. So the first activity we're going to do is called Colorful Eruptions. It's very popular at Grow. The kids who come to us, they love this activity. So we're going to need a couple of glass bowls. I have 3. And then you're just going to need some food coloring. So I have red, orange, and blue. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our color mixture. So we're going to get some vinegar, and we'll just put a little bit in each bowl. So this is just your standard white vinegar. Okay. And then it gets a bit messy, so you might want to put some plastic sheet or something. So I'm going to just put a couple of drops of red. And then this is orange. And then this is blue. And then obviously you can always ask your kids, when they're mixing primary colors, for example. So if you mix yellow and blue, what do you get? So you can always introduce a 4th color. Actually, let me do that. Let me introduce the 4th color just to show you the example. So to make green, we take a little bit of blue and we mix it with yellow or orange. And then if we mix it, we get green. So we have our mixture of vinegar and food coloring, so we have them here. Now that comes the messy fun part. You just need an aluminum tray or sheet, and then you're going to need some baking soda. Let me just wipe my hands. So I'm going to scatter this over the entire base. Okay. Okay. Let me just spread it a little bit more. Okay. And then we have our colors on the side. And now, so basically this is called Colorful Eruptions. So what we're doing is we're going to be mixing vinegar and baking soda, which causes a chemical reaction, obviously. And it causes gas to be released in the form of bubbles. And again, trust me, kids love this experiment. So I have these normal droppers. You could just even use spoons if you don't have these droppers. So let's start. So I'll go with the blue. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but okay, let me do another one closer to the camera angle. Can you see? So again, kids they could spend an entire half an hour doing this. And it's always fun, like when you actually give kids a little bit of information as to why this is happening, it's the information that you passed on to them stays with them, it resonates, it's memorable. So then they remember when they're back at school, inshallah, or if they're learning this lesson in school, what happens when you mix this with this, they remember that these are the bubbles that were created and the colorful eruptions that we made at home the other day. And this is really what makes learning long term. A few more eruptions. I'm enjoying this. It's very therapeutic, even for you adults, by the way. Okay, so this is more or less what it looks like. And obviously, encourage your child to go through every white space that they see and fill it up with colors. And again, they can also mix colors as they drop them into the baking soda. So this is the first activity, which we call colorful eruptions. And again, it's a very popular one that we have at Grow. And we can't wait to do it with you guys once we're back. Okay. All right. So for the next activity, this is also another really fun one. It's called Exploding Bag. And this also uses the same concept of vinegar mixed with baking soda to make something explode, in this case a bag. But the cool thing is here, because we're going to use a bag, they're actually going to see something pop. And I recommend doing this outdoors, but if you want to do it indoors, you can still do that, but maybe on a plate or actually on a tray, just to avoid any potential messes. So what you'll need for this is a standard sealable bag that just makes sure that the seal works. You're going to need a kitchen towel or thick tissue. You're going to need baking soda again, and then you're going to need vinegar mixed with a little bit of water. So let me explain this first. So what we like to do at Grow is we like to make it fun for the kids. So we tell them to draw like a monster or something on the bag. And again, the whole point to this is it makes it memorable, it makes it fun for them, and they won't forget. So this is a monster bag that we made. And what we do now is this is a 1/4 cup of water, and I'm just gonna add another 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then we like to also change things up a little bit just to make it a bit more exciting. And then we actually put some color in this as well, just to have it nice and colorful for the kids. Let me add a bit more red. Okay. Now, we take the tissue, we fold it like this, and then we add our baking soda in the tissue. Okay, so I'll add like a couple of, I think that's enough. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna fold the baking soda into like a little parcel, just like that, and I'm gonna wait, all right? So now we use the vinegar again, and gently we pour, and this is when you need to jump in, parents, and help a little bit. Okay, now the fun part. So we have the water, the vinegar, food color mixed. What we need to do is we need to seal the bag halfway through, and then we drop the tissue with the baking soda, and then we seal it real fast and make sure there's no, and then we watch it. Sometimes we have to give it a shake. And if this doesn't work, let's see. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is a little bit of air. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay. There is a leak in the bag. So sorry about that. Let's do it again. Let me just get another tissue. Okay, I think we'll just add a little bit more vinegar this time. Baking soda. Just to give it a more explosive effect. All right. And again. Okay. Okay, the bag is not cooperating with me. Let's come back to this in a little while. But you get what I mean, right? So it is actually, no, it's fine, it's working. I'm just gonna push it a little bit away because it might. Okay. So yeah, this is the exploding bag. Okay, so the kids sometimes, whoop! Okay, there we go. It worked. So that was the exploding bag, and it exploded, and it was really fun for me and for you, I think. But this is basically this activity. So the first two, the first two activities that we did are, very focused on chemical reactions, and it's also nice to note, actually, and you can tell this to your kids, that when a chemical reaction like this happens, can you change it back into these two substances? When you mix vinegar with water or mix vinegar with baking soda, you can't. So that's also one factor of a chemical reaction. Okay? All right. So now for our third activity. This is called a rocket balloon. And again, you'll be using simple things that you find lying around the house. In this case, we have a straw. This is a smoothie straw. The reason we use smoothie straws is because it's easy for the kids to blow into it. The regular straws work as well, but again, they might need help blowing into the balloon. So we need one straw. We're gonna need a balloon, and then obviously to make our rocket, we need some paper just to decorate and make maybe some fins. Where are my scissors? Can you pass me the scissors, please? Thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna make fins. Again, if you don't have colored paper at home, it's fine. You could just use regular white paper and then just cut it into triangles. And then just use some tape, and we're gonna just put the fins on the straw like that. So that's one. That's the second fin. I'm still laughing about the exploding. Okay, all right, so this one turns out to have 3 fins instead of 4. And then what we're gonna do is, you could also use like some, this colorful tape that you probably have lying around the house, just to give the rocket some personality. And again, kids really love to decorate things, so it's a nice way to get their creativity out. So for this activity, the concept or the learning objective that we have for this is basically how when you blow into a balloon, the air that comes out pushes through and makes the balloon fly, or makes the rocket fly. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to put the balloon and tape it to the mouth of the straw. I actually have a ready balloon. So you're just going to use regular tape and make sure and just make sure that the mouth is sealed properly. Oops. Seal this again. And again, this is such a simple activity. It's so much fun for the kids. And then when you let go, it flies. And then you can just keep doing it over and over again. Now, one thing I should have mentioned, let me just make this a little, is that you need to leave a little bit of room at the bottom of the straw for your child to actually be able to blow on this little piece here. So let me do it one more time. Okay, ready? It works really cool outside as well, but indoors is just fine. Okay, so this is our rocket balloon. All right, so our next activity is called the book reading art craft. This is based on a template that we actually have uploaded on our website. If you go to growlearningspace.com and then go to the About section, scroll down to, I think it's called Live Stream. I've uploaded all the templates that you need for the activities that we'll be doing today that require templates. So this is basically a 3D art where you need this template, and you just need scissors and some coloring pencils or markers, whatever you prefer. So I've gone ahead and actually cut and colored. Excuse my coloring skills. So the template will come without any hair, just so that, you know, if it's a boy, you can draw a boy, or if it's a girl, you can draw some hair. But I made a brown-haired girl right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna cut all around the hair throughout this line, which is what I did here. Then you also have a book that you can just cut out, and I've made it into something like this. Again, you could do whatever book you want. So you fold it in half, and you're ready to use it. Now the way we do this, once you've cut this, you're just gonna fold and fold again. So you're gonna fold the paper and then fold again on the dotted line. So you're gonna have this, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of bend it a little bit in the center and then fold these in like this, which actually looks like hands. We're not done with this project, by the way. And then all you do is you just slip this in here like that. It's very pretty. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw the hands on the girl so that it shows that she's reading a book. I'm not very great at drawing, so you'll have to excuse my four-fingered girl. So I'm just coloring in the fingers and then the sleeves. And the nice thing about this craft is you don't even need tape or glue for it. It kind of stands up on its own. And then I love books, I love reading, and this is basically the book reading activity. So there's the learning outcome here obviously is not science or anything, it's just, you know, art, creativity, for the child to come up with a book title. That's really cool. Fine motor skills, how they can fine tune it, and just learn how to assemble things like these. And again, this template is available on our website. All right, so this is the book reading. Okay, so for the fifth activity, it's again a very popular activity that we have at Grow. It's called Balloon Car, and again it requires very little amount of material. most should be available at home, but if not, then whenever you go to the grocery store, which is, you know, hopefully very minimal, you can always buy these things. Where's that? Okay, so we're gonna need a balloon, and then these sticks, they're craft sticks, but they're a little bigger than the usual. So these are the regular ones. This is slightly longer and wider. And then we're gonna need 2 straws. And I said balloon, and then we're gonna need polo mints. So the polo mints are, and again, we ask, what is this for? They're circular, so what do you think they would be for? How can a car move without wheels? And that's how we introduce the role of the polo mints. Okay, so the first thing we like to do is we tell the kids to decorate the base of the car, so they can just take regular colors and they can just make any cool design just to give it a personal touch a little bit. And again, they could go uninterrupted. Just give them a chance to be creative and draw on something unconventional like a craft stick, and they will do it. So I don't know what this is, but it's just a drawing. So for the wheels, now if we put them on the straws directly, they would fall out because there's no way to secure them. So what we're going to do now is actually create a way, just using straw, to secure the wheels in place. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to make the straw a little shorter. And for the record, we recycle all our straws at Grow, so even this little piece is going to be used for something. We rarely get rid of straws. So I'm just going to bend the edge of the straw like that, and then tape it. Just like that, and then I'll tape it so that it holds the wheels in place. So we'll do one. Okay, and then the other side. Okay, so now we have the wheels secure. Okay, so now we have the wheels. What do we need next? We need a base. So this is going to act as the base. But then to power the car, we need a balloon, which will force air throughout the straws and then cause the wheels to move, propelling the car forward. So again, what we recommend is where the straw bends, this is where you attach the balloon, and then where the straw bends, it's easy for the child to blow through the straw. So first I'm going to secure the straw to the base. I'm just going to do this and tape it. Okay, just like that. And then we position the base on the wheels. Just flip it over. Okay, so now we have the car ready, but we need power, obviously. So I'm gonna tape, where's my other balloon? Okay, we'll just tape this here. Okay, just make sure it's not too tight. Like, don't squeeze the straw tight, or else you won't be able to blow easily, and the air won't blow out easily as well. So I'm just going to blow into the balloon. Okay, just pinch it so that the air doesn't blow out, and then let me get this out. And then let's see the car. Maybe we'll do it one more time. So with these wheels, obviously because they're candy, they can break if they drop on the floor. So my recommendation is to try it actually on the floor and not how I'm doing it now on a table, because the amount of candy that you'll have to collect because it broke is a lot. So we'll do this one more time. Okay, ready? Okay, so can I have the balloon card, please? Thank you. So this is the balloon car again. Really fun, endless fun actually. And I'll be putting this on, like I said, on our IGTV channel so that you get to see how to do this activity in details. Okay, so now we have something called a shoebox aquarium. Now, we have this habit of getting rid of all shoeboxes in this house, but I found something similar, a small box. Any box will do. This is, again, a small one, but a shoebox actually works better because you have more space to do, to put your fish and your other aquarium pieces. So what you're going to need is just a box. You are going to need this fish template that we have on our, again, website, and it's on growlearningspace.com and if you just go to the About section, and then on there's a live stream page, and then you'll find the fish template that I've uploaded there. Okay, so we have this fish template, and then you'll need some paper clips, and then you'll need some of these pipe cleaners. Now, if you don't have them at home, it's fine. You could actually use just colored paper, or you could even just draw it on white paper and you could draw the details. But I happen to have pipe cleaners. You're gonna need rope, and then you're also gonna need some googly eyes. And the googly eyes, again, they could be found easily, but if you don't have them, it's fine. You could just color them in, it's not a problem. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep the aquarium. So for that, we're gonna need just blue paper that we're gonna cut. We're gonna measure with a ruler. Where's my ruler? And this is really cool. Like, kids love to measure things. It just makes them feel like older kids. So it's always nice to just measure, and then they can draw it out and cut it. I've already done that. I have it ready here. Okay, so I already have it pre-cut. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use just regular glue, and okay, and then we're just gonna tape it to the back, just like that. Okay, so we have that. So now we have at least the back of the aquarium ready. Next, we have the fish. So, as I said, this is available on the Grow website. I've actually gone ahead and pre-cut these because I'm very slow at cutting. I didn't want to keep you guys hanging. So, and I've also gone ahead and put funny googly eyes on the fish. So, so I've chosen 3 fish. You could obviously do more or less depending on the size of your shoebox. Then for the pipe cleaners, what I did was I just made like seaweed that looks like this. You could use, again, if you don't have pipe cleaners at home, you could just use regular green paper, just cut it, you know, in a funny looking way, and then this could be your seaweed. So we have the seaweed ready, and then we have the fish. Now we need to assemble our aquarium. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to make holes in the top to have the fish hanging from these threads or string. So you could just use, you know, regular skewers to just make holes. And then you're gonna need just regular string that you have lying around the house. What I did was I just put a little, I did a a double knot so that it doesn't fall through. And then this is something your child can help with. Now, the reason we have paper clips is because we wanted to add a little bit of weight on the fish so that it doesn't fly around. So let me just go ahead and start. So I'm gonna just thread. I'm just gonna thread the, okay. Okay, for some reason this is, I'm just gonna use the stick to push the, okay. So we have one thread or one string in, and then let's push the other. Again, parents, this is something you can help your kids with. So we have the strings hanging, and now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna tape these paper clips to the back of the fish, again to act as weight. That's one. And that's the other. And I've just decided to go with 2 fish in this aquarium. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tape it like this. So I'm going to tape it. That's one fish. So let's just give it a try and see. Okay, that's fine. Now let's do the other one. And if you guys are asking questions or comments, I'm sorry, but I'm not the one taping this, so I can't see the questions. But if you do have questions, please send them via direct message or our WhatsApp number, which is published on our Instagram account, and we'll answer your questions. Okay, so we have the 2 fish. Oops. So we have them now hanging. Okay, now we could just add the seaweed. So again, for this activity, the kind of conversation you can have with your child is, you know, maybe you could look up some videos on YouTube on, for example, what kind of fish there are and different kinds of, you know, depths of the ocean. There's a Google Expedition app that is on, you can download on your tablet, that shows you, you know, all these cool aquariums around the world, and then you could get inspiration for some of the fish that you see there and apply it to your aquarium. So, and again, with these strings, the kids can just move them up and down, and yeah, this is the aquarium. Okay. So I have to ask, what time is it?
Halfway through.
All right. So we still have 3 more activities to go.
We have 12 minutes.
Okay. So salt art. Now this is really popular at Grow. We like to always change the activities. We don't like repeating because we want to make sure that kids that come in are always learning something new. But we find some activities they're classics. Kids keep wanting to do them, and this happens to be one of them. So for this activity, you're going to need just regular paper. Sorry about that. You're going to need salt. You're going to need just standard white glue. And then you're going to need the colors that we worked on earlier. I'm just going to use 2 colors for now. Actually, let's do 3. So these are the ones that we did earlier. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to sketch something. I'll just sketch the word grow. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this sketch, whatever it is, with regular white glue. Let's just make sure that this is open. Okay, so we're gonna, let me see. I think I need to just open up the, okay. So, yeah, here we go. So we're just gonna trace the letters. I don't know if you guys can see. Is it clear? Yeah. Just gonna trace the letters. Now this activity, besides being creative and fun, teaches kids that how colors are absorbed into salt, and how salt actually has that quality of absorbing liquid and changing the composition. Okay, so we have this, the glue is applied. Now what we're gonna do is we need another aluminum sheet, and then I'm just gonna I'll have the salt on standby. Again, with this salt, we keep reusing it for, you know, other activities, so we don't really throw anything away. So what you're gonna do is you have your paper with the writing on it, and this part kids love to do, and we just tell them to sprinkle on salt, and don't be shy, just get in there, and I don't know if you can see. And what happens obviously is that the salt sticks to the glue, and you need to kind of be quick because you don't want the glue to dry out. And then, let me just, you're just gonna shake off the excess salt. So it looks, I don't know if you can see, but it's like 3-dimensional, and it's really nice. Okay, now the fun part, well, the funner part, is now we have the colors, and we start to again use our droppers. And we just drop little drops of color. And you get to see how the color gets absorbed into the salt, and it's very therapeutic, I'll tell you that. And then you can also demonstrate how colors mix. Now this red is kind of faint because I didn't put a lot of food color. It looks more pastel, but you could always add a bit more food color, and then you'll just get a deeper color. Another way to do this, if you don't have food color at home, is you could use watercolors, but just mix in a little bit of water and concentrate the color, and you'll get the same effect. So, and then this obviously takes about a day to dry up, and then you can hang it or do it over and over again. Now I only have 3 colors, but can you imagine how it would look like if there was more colors? It would look really beautiful. Okay. Sometimes we've seen it actually happen, maybe you can see it happen a little bit here, is the kids get overexcited with the dropping, and then they end up putting water or food color all over the paper. Just take a tissue and absorb the excess, and so that you end up with a neat looking project. And yeah, this is it basically. This is the salt art. So we call it, sometimes we call it 3D art, sometimes we call it salt art, but this is basically the project. Okay. All right. So this was project number 7. I hope you've enjoyed the project so far. We have 2 more to go. This one is called the door tag activity. So again, this is template based. So what we've done is I've actually put a couple of these templates on our website. The one we're doing now is the snake one. So again, you could just go to the website. Under the About section, you'll find a section called Live Stream, and you'll find these templates to download. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut just around the outline here, which I've already done. And then you're going to color the details. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now don't worry about cutting anything else yet. Just cut around and then color. And this is the snake's face. Okay. So once you've colored and cut the all around, you're going to fold it in half like this, okay? And then if you flip it over, you'll find this dark or thick black line. What you're going to want to do is you're going to cut around this black line, not the dotted line. The dotted lines are where you fold. You're going to want to cut around the black line. So what I did is I just folded it in half, and I just cut around like that. So what happens when you cut around is if you fold this over, you get the snake and its tail or its body, and then when you fold this, you get the tail, and then this is actually a door tag that you can hang on your room and say, stay out, you know, Yusuf's room, or stay out Sama's room. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna just glue this together. So I'm just gonna put some glue here, and then around, and then also in the center where the face is. And again, this is where you want to jump in, parents, and help your kids, just so that they don't make any learning opportunities. We don't call them mistakes. And then we're gonna stick this, and then just fold it over like that. And then again, I'll put some glue here to stick this. Like that. And then we'll stick the snake face. And I doubt any of the kids would want to say welcome on their door, but let's just encourage friendly behavior. So you just hang this on your doorknob, and you have your own little door tag. And again, we have, I think, about 3 or 4 templates that we've uploaded on our website. Okay. And now for the last activity. And this is activity number 9. So this is called coffee filter flower. And this is quite popular at Grow. We use coffee filters never for coffee, but always for activities. These are very, they're standard paper or coffee filters that you find in supermarkets. If you don't find them, it's fine. You could just use regular paper that you just cut into a circle. It won't, the effects won't be the same, but it should give you, somewhat the same look. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take regular markers, and I've already started here, and I'm just gonna color, and you could just go wild with this. You could do any kind of shape or pattern. We've had kids really spend like half an hour just drawing on this very thin, round piece of paper. So once you're done coloring it, you're gonna want just put a plate under, because it will get wet and messy. And then we're just using regular water spritzer here. And then you're gonna spray. And then what you see immediately is you start seeing the color kind of getting absorbed into the water and dispersing in a really nice a very pretty kind of way. So you could either leave this to dry, and it takes about an hour or two to dry, or you could just use a blow dryer and dry it completely. And I have one ready here that I've done earlier and dried. So this is just one. What you could do is, if you've done 2 or 3, you could actually do like multiple petal kind of flower. So we have this ready. We're just gonna fold it in half, and then in quarters, and I'm just gonna cut a small opening here. And then you're gonna just need this regular craft stick. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put the stick through, and you'll bunch up the filter like this so that it looks like a flower. And again, the lesson here is, you could explain to your child about petals, about the stem, you could even, create roots from string and attach it to the flower. And that way they get to learn about all the different sections to a flower. So they could do, multiple of these, and then they could just hang them in I don't have any glasses here, but they could just hang them into like a little vase or something. But again, it's a very fun activity for them to do, and they get to learn all these different concepts, like again, stem, roots, petals, and things like that. So I've done 9 activities so far, and I think we're around 45 minutes. Is that right? 47 minutes. So that's an average of 4 or 5 minutes, 4 minutes an activity, which I think I went really fast. But trust me, these 9 activities will last you for days and days and days. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to thank the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Bahrain for giving me this opportunity. I'm very proud to be part of this initiative, and I'm also very honored to be part of the campaign for staying safe and staying home, Bahrain, in these very difficult times. And hopefully we will overcome this, and hopefully we'll see you at Grow very soon. And we will be posting the video on our IGTV channel, so in case you missed out on anything, you can catch us up there. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay,